All right. One Piece chapter 1155. Let's get right into it. All right. Okay. One Piece chapter 1155. We got a nice cover page here for Shonen Jump, and it's got a bunch of Luffy's on here, him throughout the years. Just regular Luffy, gears 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me know what your favorite Luffy gear is down below. And let's get right into the chapter, right? Oh, we got an actual other cover page, color page. And this is a nice one with all of the Straw Hats up, basically high up on some buildings. There's like a ladder in between them. We got Luffy acting ass and Usopp holding on for dear life, and everybody else is just cheerful. Looks very nice. There's some nice penguins that are flying for some reason. But let's get right to it. Okay, 1155, the Rocks Pirates. Let's go. We got Loki here, and he's looking at Rocks and some of his guys here. This is Elbaf, but Pops ain't here. He's on a voyage. You're all puny humans? This is the first I've ever seen one moving around for real. Ha ha ha, how cute. Hang on, did you just say Pops? You're Harold's kid? Rocks, the legendary pirate, came to Elbaf, ... But why? Let's go. I'm guessing he can still be reached, even if he's away, right? What's your name? This guy looks just like Blackbeard, yo, it's crazy. Loki. Alright, Loki, just do what I tell you. Head on home and get someone to send urgent word to your pops. Tell him to say, Loki has been seriously hurt. You've got to return to Elbaf at once. Watch your mouth. Do I look like I take orders from a human? Like, he literally picked the wrong one if you thought that Loki was just going to do what he said off the rip. You seriously expect my father to drop everything just because I'm hurt? Yeah. Yeah, right. Besides, someone as weak looking as you has no right to boss me around. Rox's swordsmanship was renowned for its brutal impact, akin to a giant hammer or cannon fire. Yo, him loading up the sword, he looks just like Roger and Shanks. That's crazy, bro. It was said to blow everything in the surrounding vicinity away. That eventual Roger versus Rox battle, sword battle that we gonna get, yeah. Also, does this mean that Rox is the world's greatest swordsman at the time? I'm gonna assume yes. And he sent like a blast at Loki. Loki yells, "Whoa-ha-ha! There we have it. Loki has been seriously hurt." That's crazy. He was like, "Well, now you are seriously hurt, so now there's no fibs." Harold's path crossed with this madman once before. Okay, during the reverie, right? Let's get to it. It happened during the reverie that year. Someone attacked and kidnapped 5 of the kings. Unbelievable. That big man in black has to be the culprit. That big man in black is crazy. All right, let's continue. The lives of those sovereigns cannot be used to extort Mu. Imu is talking to somebody here. No kidding, but it threw the Holy Land into total chaos, didn't it? Who is this? This is Rocks right here? The incident would be the first and last of its kind. An intruder made it all the way to the flower room, hidden deep within the Holy Land. Rocks is in the freaking flower room. And we got, what's her name over here? I forgot what her name is, but Emu is basically taking her over in real time right now. The man claimed to be a Davy Jonesian pirate. Okay, what does that mean? He knew there was nothing more he could do in that moment, so he withdrew with these words. Just wait, one day I'll be back. You see, this is why he wanted to be the king of the world, obviously, because he knew about Emu, and he knew that being king of the pirates wasn't going to do nothing. This is the real power in the world right here. I'm curious, like, if he had some knowledge of the ancient world before this. Naturally, this incident would never be brought to light. Ironically, on that very day, also, it's kind of crazy that Rox managed to be lost to time or whatever with the amount of people that he interacted with, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, on that very day, there was another intruder in the Holy Land. Another one? Look, it's so much bigger than a normal giant. I want it as a slave. No, we should kill it and have it stuffed. Guards, protect the nobles. And it's Harold right here. Hot, 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 hot. And Harold's on fire for some reason. I'm sorry, the negotiations went south. And I know trespassing is a crime, but isn't all this going a bit too far? This is crazy, yo. Harold is a great leader, by the way. He putting himself on the line multiple ways just to be able to, bring the giants to a place where they have a seat at the table. Don't let the king-napper get away. King-napper? That wasn't me, I swear. An admiral was murdered. The culprit ran towards the castle. Proceed with caution. So clearly, Rox is the one behind all of this, but King Harold is getting the blame for it. It's just one thing after the other. Seize that biggin. That must be the guy who kidnapped the kings. How dare he use me as a scapegoat? I'll show him. A giant in the Holy Land? Don't your kind lurk in the boonies? In the boonies is crazy. Yo! And Harold with the freaking sword right to this guy, but he caught that shit, yo. This is fire, yo. Who's stronger? Loki or King Harold? Okay, and then they clashing. They looking at each other in the eyes. The clash between the two strangers blew away everyone within a 5-kilometer radius. Yeah, look like it. Whoa, ha ha ha, state your name. Bara, ha ha, it's Harold. I'm Rox. Angle your next strike towards the town. They'll enslave you if you get caught. Huh? Why? Don't ask questions. Wow, yeah, so did he actually do that or what? How do I get to Elbaf? The new world is that way. Bo ha ha, if you survive this, let's meet again, Harold. Don't be ridiculous, as if I'd ever associate with a criminal like you. What the? Are you seriously just gonna jump off the edge? Rox had taken down a Navy admiral just moments earlier. I wonder if this Navy admiral is someone we're familiar with, or not, I guess. But, nah, obviously not if he killed him. Anyway, despite all the efforts to save him, the admiral did not survive, like, hello. It was deemed the most grievous of sins. In the blink of an eye, Rox's infamy boomed. The event sent a powerful shock throughout the seas. Sometime later, a ship carrying a great amount of celestial tribute to Marijwa was attacked. I had a video planned on talking about these celestial tributes, the holy tributes, whatever, and I never made it. I had a whole thumbnail and everything for it. Let me know if I should still make that video. The gates of justice were destroyed and the attacker fled the scene. The stolen funds were later used to support the Rox Pirates' activities. All right. Until that point, Rox had always acted against the world government. But after that, he started to target pirates too. I was not expecting Rox to be like this heavily involved in this flashback, I can't lie. In the world of pirates, there exists a long-standing tradition known as a Davy backfight, which clearly this panel right here is telling us that we're going to see one of these again outside of just the one that we saw in the Long Ring Longland arc. And who's on these wanted posters right here? It's kind of hard to tell. Pirate crews would compete in a series of matches, wagering their flags or even their crewmates in a truly ruthless game. Rox used this tradition to build his entire crew. They've got an amazing guy. You'll lose it when you see him. They had won many scoundrels to their side before they even had a flag. After that, that's it. They made their way to Elbaf. So that's how he ended up getting Whitebeard with him. That's kind of interesting if that's the case. And Shanks, not Shanks, Shiki, obviously. Continuing on. Elbaf, Uwist Castle. I don't know how to say that, yeah. I keep saying Uwist, but whatever. Oh no, I rushed home as fast as I could. But I'm glad you've already turned the corner on your recovery. Thank goodness. I know that you're strong, Loki, but you shouldn't wander into the realm of the dead. You got lucky escaping with nothing more than that after falling off that cliff. There's plenty more dangers just lurking deeper inside. Dad really came back, Loki is thinking to himself. It has to be a coincidence. He couldn't have come for me. And it's sad because Loki thinks so lowly of himself because from the moment he was born, his mother was calling him a demon and stuff, that he didn't even really realize that his father really had genuine love for him at the end of the day. But Harold was also so busy trying to be a king, so busy trying to build Elbaf into the future that he didn't really have the chance to be like the dad that he probably wanted to be to Loki and Ajrudin. Rox, I've heard all about your crimes. What are you doing here? I missed you, Harold. You gotta join my crew. The world government won't hear you out, right? You get it now. You get it now. The time has come. This is a real feast. And they're eating mad food. Obviously, the giant food is really big. Who are these people? Interesting. I only recognize Whitebeard, uh, Shiki, and that's pretty much it. So I'm curious about who these other like original Rocks pirates were. So that's the King of Elbaf, eh? He sure is big. Don't be stupid. If I anchor myself with a thug like you, I'll lose all the goodwill I've built up with my allies. Even though I think he's pretty much lost all of his goodwill as far as the world government is concerned at this point. What of it? Aren't those allies government pawns? What's the point of reaching for something that's impossible? You gotta level the playing field. Don't be a wet blanket, Harold. Elbaf has the greatest warriors in the world. If something churns your stomach, you should just crush it. Damn, yeah, this is really Blackbeard's dad. That's the old way. Elbaf has changed. People never change. That same bloodlust is still pulsing through you. Hey, can't you two just enjoy the meal? Whitebeard says. You guys should know that if you follow a man like him, you'll only be led to ruin. Foreshadow, foreshadow. Following that moron? Gee haha. Don't make me laugh. We're all completely out for ourselves. None of us would bat an eye if Rocks died. Shiki the Wicked, future Golden Lion. It's interesting, you know. Shiki's an interesting character. I wish that he was a person in the current story, which, you know, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but I think he's just going to be movie, villain, pirate at this point. Well, that's not to say his plans don't have a certain appeal. They could prove very lucrative. Miss Buckin! Oh! The tech bandit, Buckingham Stussy. Have you heard of Hachinosu, the place they call the Isle of Exiles, or even Pirate Island? Countries all around the world send their worst inmates there as a form of penal exile. Don Marlin, gangster from the West Blue. I feel like they mentioned somebody being born in the West Blue recently. It was on the cover story for the last chapter, I think. The guy from that was born in the West Blue but made his name in Wano, something like that. That could be this guy, but he don't look Wano-y. Continuing on, it wasn't meant to be a barren island with no food, where all you could do was wait for death. Edward Newgate, future Whitebeard. But last year, the survivors started banding together. And why do you think that happened? Pirate Prophet Ochoku. He looks like that slimy mofo. What's his name? Caribou? Future Commodore of Pirate Island. Okay, interesting. Believe it or not, the island had a massive gold deposit. A shadowy organization found out and got involved. They helped the criminals amass a fortune. They really pissed off the government. Gonzu, the smuggler. It's crazy that we haven't heard of like most of these guys. I guess half of them at the very least. But I'm also interested to see if some of these guys are still hanging around. Like how what's his name? The guy that was kind of ruling Pirate Island before Blackbeard overtook it again. Wang Ji or something like that. These days, anyone who gets near the island gets swarmed by the hardened criminals. They'll strip you of everything. So then we cut a deal with the government. I asked, how much are you gonna pay us if we take that island back for you guys? Once we get the money, we'll take down Pirate Island and split the mountain load of loot between us. But there's no way in hell we're just handing over the island and those criminals after that. Get it? And Harold's like listening to what he's saying, ... I'll take charge of Hachinosu. And with these dumbasses under me, we'll turn it into a pirate paradise. I can already see the government and Marines standing there like clueless dogs. Vohahaha. This is just the prologue to my life. Using that island as me base, I'll crush the Navy, bring the Holy Land crashing down after that. Oh, and after that, I'm gonna be king of the world. And Loki's like looking through, or kind of looking, he got the bandages on, peeking through the doorway. Harold doesn't look too impressed. Your enemies are too big. You're picking a fight with the whole planet. Say what you want. One day someone's bound to pull it off. Someone, who's someone? And look, sounds like it's gonna be Blackbeard. So this foreshadowing is getting my gears working a little bit. Is Blackbeard gonna become king of the world and then Luffy's gonna become king of the pirates and then he's gonna take him down or something? That would be fire, yo. Anyway, there is no such thing as power that lasts forever. Join me, Harold. If we team up, we will be unstoppable. Also, does this mean that Loki is going to end up joining Blackbeard? Quit inviting. Maybe if he finds out that he's Rox's son, I don't know, bro. Maybe. Quit inviting me. I told you I'm the king. That doesn't matter. Like, look at him. Look at him. He looking like a Stan right now. The world. I'm going to claim it. The whole damn world. And Loki suddenly realized he had found salvation. All right, let's keep going. 4 years passed. Harold continued rejecting the numerous invitations he received until one day, Rox's plan had finally reached its fruition. Backed by his monstrous crew, he would send shockwaves throughout the world. Set sail, ya bastards! And now he has the Rock's actual Jolly Roger. The legend embarks. Yo, Rox is a badass. Yo, I can't hold you. Rox is a badass. So this is really interesting. I'm curious to see if we're going to continue with Rox's actual story in the rest of this flashback. But just this chapter has given so much characterization to him. You know what I'm saying? He's really, and you see where Blackbeard gets his ambition from. You know, you see where Blackbeard gets his strategy from, and the way that he goes about the way that he does things. This guy is not a guy that follows the rules. You know what I'm saying? He makes his own rules and does whatever he needs to do to reach his final destination at the end of the day. But there's a lot of lines in this chapter that feel like they're foreshadowing how the rest of the story is going to go. You know, Luffy obviously has taken up the path of Roger and wants to carry that flag out. And Rox and Blackbeard is clearly following in the footsteps of his dad, you know? It's so obvious. The only thing I'm wondering about is where the Yami Yami no Mi comes in. Did Rox also have a devil fruit, or is he just like, you know, that guy without any devil fruit, just hockey alone, like how Shanks and Roger and Rayleigh are? I don't know, but I'm very curious to see how the rest of this is gonna go. What I want to know for this chapter is what flashback do you like more, this one or the Odin flashback from Wano? I know we're not quite at the end yet, but I feel like even to this point, you could probably like have an opinion on that. So let me know your thoughts on that. Like the video because you've been watching to this point, and subscribe until more stuff comes out, you know. Let me know what you like the most about this flashback as well. Peace out, y'all.